To the hotel that we booked in Duval. So 4.5 hours. I could have swear it was only like 3 hours, but an extra hour and a half. So let's go see what Key West has for us for the 2 nights coming up. Florida Keys, National Marines. They have a glades too. We got a resort to the bottom there. What's the name of the hotel?
I don't know.
It looks nice. The Club Life. You know we could have booked into that one. And just stay out there instead of going.
You didn't know.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Guys, I didn't know. I know. Now I know. So, how can I tell you? This is 7 Mile Bridge. Oh, it'll be 7 miles to connect to Keys. That was the old bridge. I had to make a movie with this bridge many years ago. I think a Tom Cruise movie. Yeah, Top Gun, I think. Top Gun. Yeah, you know, his sequels like, like Top Gun 1, 2, 3. park waiting. Anybody who is taking a these roads here, just one in, one out. So you can imagine. This can take a little while too. That can take a little while too. Alright guys, still driving. Most people out there just fish, you know. Out there is like a fishing paradise, you know. Everybody comes out there, tourists mostly. They stay out here because they go on excursion, they love fishing. They do a couple of days excursion fishing out here. They go all the way out to Bahamas and fish. They fish in the Keys. So they're mostly into big fishing out here.
55 miles.
55 miles.
Minimum 40.
That's a little island over there. I don't know if somebody lives over there. Who lives over there? Everybody coming up the island of Key West now, so everything comes in by truck, boat, all the supplies. So maybe things will be a little expensive over there. Shipping, marketing in the island of the Caribbean.
Take advantage of the work we've offered over time. Work like shipwrecking, sponging, fishing, shrimping, they've all been big industries here in Key West. A lot of the folks who live in this part of the island over here are direct descendants of some of those original Bohemians from hundreds of years ago. They're still here. Coming up in front of me, there's a cross street, Petronia. If you take a right here on Petronia, go down one block on the corner of Petronia and Thomas, one of my favorite restaurants on the island. It's called Blue Heaven. It's very Key West, very casual. Food is good, best key lime pie on the island. When you get there, you can sit inside in the air conditioning, or you can sit outside with the roosters, your call. We tend to over-celebrate and over-decorate for holidays all year long, 365 days a year. This little lady decorates her house here. Half the time, I don't even know what she's trying to celebrate, but we all enjoy it. As we celebrate Halloween here for 2 full months. Coming up on the left here, behind this very curvy, poorly built, looking like it might fall down red brick wall, the Ernest Hemingway house. Ernest lived here from 1931 to 39, wrote 5 of his most famous novels while he did live here. This house was a wedding gift to Ernest and his wife from his wife's uncle. You can do your own self-guided tour through the house and on the grounds. The grounds have a lot of very old, tropical, sometimes rare plants. There's a swimming pool on the island built right into the coral reef. Had to dig down into the coral reef. All right down the other side of that wall to install the first swimming pool on the island. Today the house is occupied by 60 six-toed cats. They are descendants of the original pair of six-toed cats Ernest received as a gift back in the 1930s. They're still there. Over there to the right behind that beautiful banyan tree is our lighthouse. It is the only lighthouse on the island, not to hop up on any longer. And not the original. The original lighthouse was down by the Southernmost Point directly in front of me. About 150 years ago, that lighthouse was knocked down and a hurricane killed everybody inside. So when they built our next lighthouse, or that one, they built a little further inland. Keep a little safer. Today this lighthouse is open to the public. You can walk inside. There's a spiral staircase. Take you up through the middle. Take you all the way up to the top. Once you get up the top, you can look out over the coral reef or back over the island here. I have a photograph of myself up on top of that lighthouse in 1981. I was a handsome young fellow, but time is nothing, my friend. Now once we get going here, we're going to roll right out of Bahama Village into our next village within the village Key West. This is Gato Village, spelled G like George. A-T-O, named after Eduardo Gato, who immigrated here from Cuba and became a very wealthy man. The business he was in shotgun houses for his employees to live in. Now, this was 180, 190 years ago, so a lot of these houses have evolved over time. They're all quite unique now. A lot have second stories, additions, front porches, etc. They all look quite unique. But they originally started out 700 square feet of paradise. Little bump coming up right about now. Boom. Now these two houses on the corner down here on the left-hand side, they're fairly original looking. Take away those cute front porches and those fancy little windows up on this first one here. You pretty much got 700 square feet of paradise. And the form of a shotgun house. A lot of them are barely recognizable, but they all started out little itty-bitty shotgun houses. 3 or 4 blocks deep all around those two cigar factories, which are right over here to the left. Here's a good side view of one right here. Take away those cute shutters on the front porch. You got yourself a shotgun house. And right next to it, one little bronze with several additions on it. They now call that pattern a zigzag house. Move here to the right, one of our naval bases. This one's called the Truman Annex. We currently have 6 Navy bases here on the island. We also have something very similar to a Top Gun program here. We train Navy pilots how to fly F-18s. You can hear and see them flying around the island all day, every day. I saw them out yesterday and heard them. They're very loud. We have a long history of the Navy here. They've been coming here for over 100 years, originally to fight pirates. Blackbeard himself used to frequent the Florida Keys. We are rapidly approaching the southernmost point, coming up on the right-hand side, the southernmost illegally parked golf cart. Right next to the southernmost stop sign. In front of me here, the description we call this that buoy. Nobody knows why it doesn't resemble any known buoy. Out here on the rocks, usually you can see the southernmost iguanas out here. I don't know if they're out here today or not. Let's take a look together. Well, puts it in context for me where we are sitting. Most of the houses in these various neighborhoods when they go through were built 100, 150, 200 years ago. A lot of the houses in this neighborhood here were old style, Bohemian style houses. That's not usual 150, 200 years ago to assemble a house in the Bahamas. Then here in the U.S. they drag it into place with a team of oxen or mules. Well, that's how a lot of these houses got here, but not the houses on this street right here. Every house on this street, both sides of the street, started out a little itty-bitty shotgun house. Built by Eduardo Gatto for his employees, 700 square feet of paradise. They're located here. It's 2 blocks up on the right-hand side. The building's still there. There's was a cigar factory. So all these little houses started out shotgun houses 180, 190 years ago, but they've all evolved quite uniquely. Some look like little shoeboxes or have garages or sheds or second stories. A bunch of additions like this, and a whole bunch have little front porches like this. This one looks like it was widened over here. Hey, here's one getting a new roof. Pay attention to what you're doing. Put it on straight. Here we go. Here's one with a stone exterior here. They've all evolved quite uniquely over 180, 190 years. Now, the next 2 blocks, every single house, both sides of the street, started to have a shotgun house. Again, they've all evolved uniquely. The neighborhood is requested that the train go quiet when we go through. Here's me as a narrator. I'm going to shut up. I'll see you at the other end. 1 block up on the right was a cigar factory owned by Eduardo Gatto. Here we go. We'll see you in 2 blocks.
So these houses are restored.
Oh, yeah.
That's where she goes. You'll be surprised. We restored back to old man. Baltic City. But I want to keep the history.
Alright folks, out of my quiet zone, back into the danger zone. Normally we go to the right here and make the first left, but they're working on the street there, so we're going to go down a couple blocks and get around there. Normally what I'm talking about right around here is something known as the Overseas Railroad. That was an extension of the railroad from Miami all the way down to Key West, 154 miles of railroad tracks. brainchild of Mr. Henry Flagler, who 120 years ago owned most of the railroads on the eastern half of the United States. Very wealthy man. He was also partners with a gentleman named John D. Rockefeller. Together they owned a little company known as Standard Oil, which became Esso, which became Exxon, still in business today. 120 years ago, Mr. Flagler was wealthy enough to indulge in his three favorite things in life, which happened to be five-star hotels, railroads, and the state of Florida. Mr. Flagler bought his railroad down into Florida, all the way down to St. Augustine. When he arrived there, discovered no five-star hotel, so he built one for himself and his entourage to stay in. Called the Ponce de Leon, still there today, the Ponce de Leon, quite nice. So Mr. Flagler settled in there for a minute, but then he got that itch to go further south, and he did. He extended his railroad again all the way down to Palm Beach. When he arrived there, no five-star hotels, he built one, still there today, called the Breakers, right on the ocean there in Palm Beach, quite nice. I've been to the Breakers. Again, he settled in, but again, he got that itch to go further south, and he did. He extended his railroad again all the way down to Miami. When he arrived there, no five-star hotel, he built the Royal Palm. Still there today. Well, at that point, he had nowhere else to go, so he settled in. Until they opened up a little thing called the Panama Canal.
Contemporary houses.
And Mr. Flagler got that itch again, decided to go further south.
Compared to the city.
Island nobody never heard of called Key West. And he did. When he arrived here, surprise, surprise, by the way, it took him 8 years. He had to build 40 bridges, over 140 islands to get here. It cost him $50 million 120 years ago. But when he got here, he discovered, surprise, surprise, no five-star hotel. You know what he did? He built one. Called the Casa.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps, my city, she never weeps, my city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, 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 give it my city, my city. My city, my city. Where do you go when your heart with a fever? When she's cruel, but you won't leave her. Oh, here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city. She never sleeps, my city. She never weeps, my city. She keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city, oh, oh, give it up for my city,
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up and like.
We'll be booking you back at about